Welcome to Random Dramatic Readings, where I take a textbook from my collection and read a random page. Today I'm following on with Motor Learning and Control by McGill. It's the 9th edition. It's a staple in motor learning and biomechanics. Let's find a random page. I choose that page. We'll go with the left side today. Page 334. Actually, this is one of my favourite parts of learning. Anyway, let's talk about it. The feedback family. Maybe that's not dramatic enough. The feedback family. Note that the term feedback is common to both categories of performance-related information described in the preceding paragraphs. As a result, it is important to consider the term feedback as a generic term that describes information people receive about their performance of a motor skill during or after the performance. To help conceptualize the relationship between the two general types of performance-related feedback, consider these two types of feedback as related members of the same family. Figure 5.1 graphically describes the feedback family relationships for task intrinsic feedback and augmented feedback, as well as for the related specific types of each. There is the table or figure. Types of augmented feedback. In figure 15.1, note that there are two categories of types of augmented feedback: knowledge of results and knowledge of performance. Each category can involve a variety of ways of presenting augmented feedback. This will be the topic of discussion later in this chapter. Knowledge of results. The category of augmented feedback known as knowledge of results, commonly referred to as KR, consists of externally presented information about the outcome of performing a skill or about achieving the goal of the performance. In some situations, KR describes something about the performance outcome, i.e. the result. For example, if a teacher tells a student in an archery class, the shot was in the blue at 9 o'clock, the teacher is providing performance outcome information. Similarly, if a therapist shows a patient a computer-generated graph indicating that this leg extension was 3 degrees more than the last one, the therapist is giving KR to the patient about the outcome of his or her leg extension movement. Sometimes, KR does not describe the performance outcome, but simply tells the performer whether he or she has achieved the performance goal. This is the case when some external device gives a yes or a no signal, indicating whether or not the performance goal was achieved. For example, to augment proprioceptive and visual feedback for a patient working on achieving a specific amount of leg extension, the therapist could set a buzzer to be activated when the patient achieved the goal number of degrees of movement. Although the buzzer would provide no information about how close to the goal or how far from it the movement was if it had not been achieved, the patient would know that he or she had not achieved the goal unless the buzzer sounded. There are some additional examples of KR in Table 15.